beautiful people. Hey, welcome back. It is not Tim Fisher. Actually, I am the replacement for today's episode, along with my co-host,
Sam Gemiola. That's me.
That's
Yep.
We're the
Black Jordan.
Hey, that should have been a 23, not a 5 on your
right,
jersey.
Exactly. Hey, there you go, man.
But hey, guys, so if you guys love this podcast, make sure you like and subscribe on YouTube, and make sure to download on any platform that you listen to podcasts with. Again, that's not how Tim does it, but I hope that was good enough. So let's go ahead and get on into it.
Yeah, bro, that's you.
Well, let's go.
That's all that matters. It's you.
It's me.
Yes, it's not Tim. It's you.
And it's you.
And you are beautiful.
And bro, I
Get that camera.
man.
Yeah, I love you too, baby.
I love you too.
Yeah, I love you too.
Hell yeah. Well, hey, so Sam, what are we gonna talk about today? So this is kind of we don't have Jordan or Tim. We love both of them. They're both freaking amazing. They can't make it to today's podcast. So what are we going to talk about today, Jordan?
So it's okay. Sam Gemiola, it's okay.
I'm personifying a little bit of Tim, and I know that Sam's doing a little bit of Jordan, so it's like that was kind of their little thing today.
Yeah,
but
man.
Sam, Mr. Kamalafe.
Mr. Kamalafi. You know, I think how I want to open this up, bro, is I want to give a huge shout out to this man right here, to you, because I walked in this house and I was under the assumption that, you know, we were going to discuss something about whatever, and I didn't know what it was, but you know, you said, "Yo, let's talk," and everybody, can y'all meet on Sunday? And I was like, yeah, it's a Sunday, but let's do it. Yeah. And then I walk in, and you, my fine friend, you. All right, so this thing right here, this is from Evan Nelson. Evan dropped this on all of us. We all have our own jerseys. They are almost exactly what we would basically be into, right? And it's almost like we were there. And our numbers are just random numbers that, you know, we happen to like for whatever reason, and just the whole vibe. And I was even telling, when I saw this, I told you, I said, this is something like I can literally put this on print on the rest of my body and just blast everywhere. And I love it, dude. It's so you know, cultural, authentic, ethnic. It's everything that is me, dude. You know, nature, everything, dude. So I just want to say this is amazing. And it's funny because I saw Jordan's and Tim's. Obviously yours is you, you know, but seeing theirs, I'm like, dude, like that is exactly what they would like. Exactly, you know? Yeah. So, I mean, this is me, and every one of them is there. So I just want to say thank you. It takes a lot of, first of all, love, gratitude, everything good in someone to think about that, doing something like that for someone else. You know, and I told you guys, like, I almost came to tears because like for someone to think about doing something for me, like what? Like you literally had to go outside of your, whatever you were doing in your life and just be like, Sam would really like this. And I didn't know about it. Like, this is a surprise, bro. Like, so thank you, man. I love you, bro.
Hey, man. Yeah, dude. Man. Okay. I love you too, man. Honestly, like, yeah, so like these jerseys and all that, you know, I noticed that, Tim, and if you guys watch too, Tim has this really cool Let's Go podcast baseball jersey, custom made. It looks super dope. Yep. And, you know, I was just kind of thinking, I was like, dude, how cool would it be if we all had jerseys, right? Yeah. Like for the team, for the Let's Go team, right? Yep. And but I was like, well, we could be cool and have all the same jersey, or we could put our own little personal spin on it and everything. And so like I was like, man, like I was just kind of playing around with it. I was like, dude, like these guys are really dope and all. And like, again, I love you guys. And so I'm like, why can't I just do something nice and everything? And so I just sat down, I kind of looked through kind of like the stuff and all. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, each one just like stood out to me. It was just like, this is very much like, again, so Sam has for those who aren't watching, who are listening, Sam has this like beautiful like black jersey with this cool like floral pattern, and it has like the tiger on it, right?
It's like a jungle print. Yeah.
Bro, it's like,
I love it, dude, because this is like what I want as far as just artwork on my body. I already have roses, and I have plants and flowers and animals.
Yeah.
You know, and I think it's funny, dude. It's so crazy. I just thought about this. How nature is how some of the best tats are nature influenced.
Yeah.
It's how we just have this connection, you know, and we go right back to nature, and we use the whole art of tattooing to put it back onto our bodies.
Yeah.
You know, it's back to the earth.
Yeah.
So anyways, I love that, dude.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah. Actually, with yours in particular, I was like, oh, this is great, because I was like, the tiger is just like, what is majestic and powerful and everything. I was like, this tiger, it was like this dope, like it just represents Sam so well. So, you know, again, like that was like my pick for you, man.
No, man.
And again, I don't want to describe like Jordans or Tim's and all that. I was like, I'll let them wear it. And then like you guys will see it, and then you'll be like, oh yeah, that's totally them and all that. And again, like I'm so excited for them to see it, because like again, they haven't. Well, Tim saw his, but Jordan hasn't. I'm really excited for Jordan to see his.
He will love it, bro. He's gonna love it. Yeah, I love it.
But yeah. So we all have different ones and everything, but it's like all like personalized to us and everything. And so it's like we're all under the same team, but we all are individuals as well. So
I want to transition real quick to what we're wearing basically. And well, I mean, I could shout out the hat. I mean, I always wear this hat, but it's dope how, you know, I'm wearing the panther, and then I got the lion and so that's dope.
Yeah.
But I want to talk about your hat. Because I've never seen this prototype.
Oh,
and yeah, man. And you know, your business is moving, and you know, you're looking great. You're doing a lot of I don't know if what you're doing now is new, but it's definitely difficult as shit. So yeah, man, I don't know. I think we should jump into it.
Okay.
And first we could talk about the hat. So yeah, rep it, bro.
Yeah. So so the hat that I have, it's my business hat. It's Prime Fit Coaching is the name of my online coaching business. And I think we, like Sam too, we talked about it in the last podcast, which was fun, by the way.
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I'm here, by the way.
Sam
and Sam too on the same episode.
Yo.
Sam and Sam too. What's up?
What's up, girl? Yes.
So, you know, I think that we definitely should have like a fitness, a fitness, like a segment on this and all that. So Tim, this is the thing. We're like, yeah, let's do it. And all that. So hopefully you viewers like it. You guys, if you guys enjoy this, like leave a comment in the comments below. Come on, like give us some feedback. Let us know what you want to know fitness wise, and me and Sam too will dissect that shit.
Yeah, get it.
Yeah,
Yes.
But, so I'm sorry. That was a little late, but so Prime Fit Coaching. So for those who don't know, I've been a trainer. It'll be 10 years in November.
Damn.
And
nice.
Yeah, and dude, I love my job. I love what I do as an in-person trainer and as well as an online coach. And I really like working with parents, just because, you know, life gets at you fast and everything. And like usually parents are on the back burner as far as when it comes to their own health and fitness, because they're so busy taking care of, you know, their kids, and they have their responsibilities for work. And so, you know, things kind of happen, and then like, you know, years go by and you're like, oh wow, why do I feel shitty, or why am I like just out of shape, or like why are like going up the stairs like difficult and everything, right? So granted, not all my clients are like, actually a lot of my clients are really badass. So again, my clients who are watching this, just know that when I think of you, you are a badass, because again, like a lot of them are fucking like,
they're working with you,
bro,
my man. I mean,
I'm working with them. These guys are like first responders, like nurses. Yeah. Honestly, like again, like my people are just fucking awesome. Mm-hmm. And so again, like shout out to all my clients out there. But
huge shout out.
Huge shout out. But so you know, it's like my online business and my online presence has been growing slowly but surely, and all. It's starting to pick up a lot. So it's really good for like, really, business is really good. But yeah, no, I love what I do. I love working with people. I love helping people get to their goals in a way that's like, it doesn't seem so strict. And kind of like demystifying what it means to like actually get in shape or like get down to the body weight that they want to be. And being able to get stronger and being able to do more things with their kids. Because that's the more important thing. It's just like you want to be strong and healthy and capable so that you're not only there to like, protect your kids, but you're also there to have fun with your kids. And you're able to do stuff like get on the floor, play with your kids, get out there, go running. Or, if your kid books it, you're able to chase them down and actually get them before they get into a lot of trouble and everything, which I could say that from personal experience.
Exactly, man.
So, because my boy likes to run.
I bet he's fast, dude. Yeah, he looks like he could put on some speed, man. Yeah,
he's fast.
Yeah, you got to catch him.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. Like honestly, man. Like again, I put that kid in track. So,
yeah, hell yeah.
But yeah, no. So these hats that I'm like, this is like a little prototype that I'm kind of working with, and I kind of starting to make a little bit of merch for it. So
my man.
But yeah, there will be more developments with that.
I love that, dude.
Yeah, man.
One thing you said that was interesting is, and I've seen it on your page a lot, is demystifying. And I love that because those of us who are who just enjoy to work out, we've been doing this a long time. We know that there are a lot of myths out there, and there are a lot of ways of, just a lot of things like, oh, well, you should do this way, and that's all you need to do, or you don't have to do this at all, and you'll somehow lose weight. And these are all, it's like, I mean, really? Is that really, the secret to losing weight, or not even losing weight, gaining muscle, whatever you want to do? And a big thing that you mentioned, I think it's something that we all forget, is not necessarily lifting, not necessarily cardio. I think it's huge. What's huge is what you put in your body.
Big time.
Right. And not necessarily like veggies or, those, veggies are great, but I think I saw one thing that you, and I commented on it. I don't know if it was a post or reel or whatever. I think it was a reel. And your reels, by the way, your reels, bro, you are, so I think Tim mentioned this one time, but I'm seeing the transition and I'm seeing it, bro, the growth. I'm like, wow. Yeah, I know this guy. Yeah, I know this guy. Yeah, he's dope. That's you, bro. But they're really good. And you mentioned protein, and I think this is something I struggle with. And I think we all struggle with whatever, but I struggle with this because I just I have a not a condition, but something that it's just it's hard to put food down. So protein happens to be something that's easy for me. So it's funny, man, because the more protein I don't eat like tons of, chicken and beef, but the more protein I eat, the better I feel. Yeah. And like I've told people like, just try to eat. And Jordan told me this too, like a year or two ago, and it helped me. And I knew, but as workout people, we all.
I'm curious to I'm curious to hear what he said because again, I trained Jordan too, so so I'm curious.
Oh, look at this guy! I trained Jordan.
I'm curious to hear what he says. So Jordan, hopefully things I've said have trickled down a little bit.
Well, it was in a good time. So for him, I know he was, and this is just his personal experience, but I know he told me he was squatting and benching just more. Like he was repping 2 plates, like repping, 10, 15, or I don't know about 15. Maybe Jordan, I don't know, but he was repping 2 plates, and 2 plates is not like light, know. It's a good,
2 plates for those. So for those who don't know what we're talking about, like 2 plates is 2 45-pound plates on each side of the bar, which is also 45 pounds. So that's 225 pounds that Jordan was repping.
Not light.
Not light at all. That's more than me, and I'm not a small guy by any means. I mean, some people might think I'm like a little bit of a munchkin, but like
who the hell? I mean, maybe like an NFL linebacker.
Yeah.
Maybe
I mean, those guys are
or
scary,
a lineman.
Like,
you would think you're small.
Oh, yeah. Big time. He'd probably be like, he'd just be like, oh,
Oh, okay.
He'd be like a fucking McNugget, dude. That's what I'd be like to that guy. Anyways, but yeah. So 225, or 2 plates is 225. So
right. Like, thank you.
Yeah, 225 pounds. pretty heavy. So, but anyways,
he was repping that.
Yeah.
And he was also squatting it pretty effortlessly, but better than he had. And I was like, dude, what's your secret? Like, what are you doing? And he basically said, so it was, he mentioned some guy that he's seen on something. He said, man, I just eat more protein.
Yes.
And so whatever I'm doing, keep eating what I'm eating, but just implement more protein, whatever it is. It doesn't have to be lean meats, but there are a lot of sources of protein.
Yeah.
Plant-based. There's a lot of obviously lean meats, a lot of things, So just put more protein in your diet.
Yeah. There's more options than just like chicken and everything. Right. Yeah. That's actually a through line for even a lot of my clients too, where it's just like when they start adding in more protein, they end up feeling a lot better. And think about it this way too, Sam, is that when you're working out, right, you're breaking down your muscle. Like you're beating the shit out of yourself, like while you're like lifting this heavy weight, right? So we need to give our bodies the proper nutrients in order to help recover and heal itself, right?
100%.
Because if we don't, like, so say that like, you did 225 on the bench and like you didn't have really any protein, or you had like, I don't know, like 50 to 100, which for those out there, it's like Sam is one like muscle, like he's built like a shit brick house. Like he is a muscular dude.
Hey.
So him to have like 50 grams of protein or even 100 grams of protein
Not doing it. No.
would be way too little.
Yeah.
So but again, say that you had that much and everything for the span of like not only that day, but the couple days after. You're going to feel so much more sore from that workout because you're not giving yourself proper nutrients to help recover properly, to help heal yourself properly from the training that you did.
Yep.
So making sure that you're actually eating enough protein, not only is it going to help you recover, also it keeps you more satiated, more full, as Sam too has said in the last podcast and everything. But, so like protein is super important. I think it's underutilized with people who just don't really know about nutrition. They eat again. Then that's the thing too. I know that me and Sam too can like talk about this too, as far as like people just see food as food and all, and it's like something that's enjoyed and tasty and everything, and they go for taste. Granted, not to say that like we necessarily don't go for taste. I think that, like foods should still taste good, but you should also have it as a priority of like, okay, what does my body need and everything, and making sure that I give myself what I need first before I give myself what I want. And sometimes those things can actually be the same thing too. And that's another thing too, where like the demystifying is like, oh God, I have to go on a strict diet and everything. It's like, no, you don't need to go on a strict diet. You just need to be more aware of what you're eating and how much you're eating in order to get to your goal. Exactly. And just like, you need to add in a couple of things. Like, you need to, like, it would be wise to add in more fruits and vegetables into your diet because that's going to make you feel better.
Right.
Because of all the micronutrients and the fiber. And, fruit's great. Taste is like, that's like nature's candy right there.
Right.
So having that, but then also having the protein to help keep you fuller for a longer time on less calories as well, because granted, not all proteins, there are some fatty protein sources, but typically protein and carbs are less calorically dense than fats. So what does that mean? For every 1 gram of protein or carbs is 4 calories, and then 1 gram of fat is 9 calories. So again, like we can very easily go over our calorie intake if we're just eating a lot of carb or a lot of fat and everything. Which again, we do need our fat. We don't want to neglect it, but just having like adding in more of those is going to be beneficial in one aspect and everything. Obviously, it's like understanding like it's like the quality of food is one aspect, the quantity of food is another aspect, and like we like both working together are going to be helping people get to their goals.
Beautiful, very well said. Something that was amazing, man. Something that I just came to mind right now is I think one of the biggest things is demystifying, right? And then also. This is such a huge word, intentionality. Yeah. You need to be intentional about not only what you're doing, but what you're putting in your body. And I think a lot of people are like, I'm going to, working out is a thing that I do. Like I do this. Yeah. Like I purposefully, put my body through this, like this crazy, bullshit. Like I'm just like, oh my God, I got to work out and I got to run. I got to do all these things. But, putting food in your body is more of a passive act. It's something that I need to do to survive, you know? So I don't have to work out to survive. I can like live my whole life and not like ever pick up a dumbbell or ever like run faster than whatever. But, you know, but
life's going to be more difficult that way.
So it will, but it'll still be life.
Right.
Like you can literally not eat without food. I'm still not eat. You cannot live. You cannot eat without food. You cannot live.
That's called starving.
It's like, how do you do that? You can't live without putting food and nutrients in your body. So I feel that people think of food as a passive, it's like, this is just what I have to do. And something that like, it's funny, man, like a lot of people don't understand or whatever. It's something that I do, and I know you do, is I look at the back of everything. So I can not only see the ingredients, but I can see the basically how calorically dense these things are and the calories that I'm eating.
Yeah.
Because that's basically one of the steps in being intentional. Yeah. Right. And then also one of the best ways to do that is not only to, you know, use whatever cups and grams to, you know, divide your food up, but to use a scale. Yeah. And I was like, really? I mean, I'm like a scale and cup, but then, dude, when you do it, it's like then you exactly know what you're doing, synonymous to I'm going to run 4 miles. So I'm going to do 4 miles, or I'm going to lift these 2 plates, Jordan. I'm going to, I'm going to do whatever I've come to the gym to do. So then you should mimic that by I'm going to eat what will sustain and what will like assist that workout. Basically, you need to match that to be able to, and then like you said, you're not going to lift or run or do any of these crazy things without, you know, putting nutrients in your body so that, and dude, real quick, I think it's not for, I mean, it is, but I think you eat not for what you just did, but for the future. Right. Yeah. You're eating for the next workout. You know, it's, you do whatever you do, and then you're like, oh my God, you know, but then it's like, well, I need to put nutrients in to then be able to do it again. Right. You know, so it's the sustenance, it's being able to go, you know, do I want to do this again or not? And if you don't, if you just are like that casual worker outer person, I mean, you still should eat. You know, but I mean,
it's like if you don't work out, you should not eat. Never. I could put down the fork. You're not working out. Get the hell out of here. It's like no eating until you lift that goddamn dumbbell.
Eating.
It's like Jesus.
Right,
put it down.
Exactly, man.
Put the cookie down.
Yeah, man. I mean, for real though. Like, I mean, it's like you shouldn't stop eating. You should like eating is the basis. You know, you should change that passive to what's the whatever the opposite of passive is. You should then aggressive. Purposely I was gonna say aggressive, but I was like passive aggressive. No. Stupid. Yeah. But yeah, man, you should basically intentionally eat. You know, you should just like you're intentionally working out.
Right. And I think that that's the one thing that we need to learn is just to learn how to like be more intentional. Not like, I guess like being more intentional with your actions, like with your food, actually even with our thought. Like, honestly, like intentionality is just important in general, just in life, right? A lot of the stuff that we talk about right now, it's just like with like, our food and like our food intake and like what we're training for, or like running that 4 miles, like lifting that 225 for 15 reps, Jordan. I was like, my God.
Shout him out.
Hey, Jordan. Fucking love you, bro.
Protein, man.
Protein.
Yeah.
Protein.
Yeah, that's the name of the episode. Protein.
Just straight protein.
Exactly. Stupid.
But just watch. Our faces are gonna just be like protein bars.
Oh man.
But like intentionality is like just important in everything that we do, right? It's not just with the training or with the nutrition. It's like with the mindset. It's like with how we approach work, how we approach like our careers, right? Like being intentional with what we do, because that's gonna ultimately get us to our goal. Because like if you're going in with no intentions, or like no intentions of the outcome. It's like you're just doing it just to do it, which again, for some things is fine. Like that's actually like it could be a good stimulating like process for you, right? Mm-hmm. But if you're going for like, if you have like we should all have intentions, especially with goals that we have. Like, we have to mark them down. It's like we have to make sure that we're doing work that's going to be aligned for those goals. We have to have that intention to do it. Right?
Yes.
And so that's like intentionality, I guess. Like that's a thing for a title here.
It is, dude. And I think you could spend intentionality. You could spend a whole, like, not even just one episode, like just a series on intentionality. Because it's like you said, your workouts, everything in your life. If you can make intentionality like a lifetime goal, like this is what I'm going to, that's your goal, being intentional. I think that's amazing. And, it's funny because working out is, you can be intentional there. You can be intentional with your eating. Those are staples. Obviously, your thoughts, your actions outside of the gym, whatever. But as far as working out, I think your intentionality, you are doing something that's intentional. You are literally, putting your body through grueling 2-a-days, right? And we'll get into it, but you're also, because you're doing that, you then have to double up or whatever you're doing as far as like your food, your something you mentioned that we can get into maybe, but your sleep. And I think, oh my God, dude, that's another like passive thing. I guess, how much sleep you're getting. But that's something else that I'm like, wow. Anyways, we'll get into it. But anyways, I want to talk about your, like this new thing you're doing, because I've heard of it. And when my cousin, he mentioned it, he was like, yeah, man, I'm just, I can't eat this or do it. And I was like, oh, what are you doing? And he's a big dude, like big. He's like, was he 6'1", 6'2", big guy.
Yeah.
And he said, I'm doing this 75 hard thing. Yeah. And I was like, huh? And yeah, dude, so I'm not on, social media as much as I'd like to be, but I heard of it and I went on there instantly. And I've seen and I'm just like, what? Yeah. And yeah, it's grueling and literally intentionality to the max. Like that is what you have to be, you have to want to do this. Yeah. You can't just be like, oh, I'm going to go to the gym real quick and for an hour and just put up the weights and then hit whatever for 20 minutes. No, like you have to do this. So I want to hear 75 hard, not from, a casual worker outer person, but I want to hear from, not only are you a trainer, but you've been doing this for a decade. So, I mean, some things.
I'd say like I know
some things.
It's like it's like I know some stuff.
A little bit.
Like, a little bit. Yeah, I'm constantly learning.
Speak on it. Yeah. Speak on it, my man. I want to hear what you have to say.
Right on. Well, yeah. So thank you for you for all that praise.
Well, I'm gonna lay that up, bro. Yeah. I just need you to dunk it, bro.
Yeah. It's like, oh man, the Vince Carter. Next time I'll wear his jersey. Next time.
Hey, hell
yeah. So 75 hard. So. I'm currently doing it right now. And like we talked a little bit about it in the other podcast as well. Like we didn't really get into it, but I've actually done it before. I've done it, I think it was 2021 that I did it. And it's funny because the start of it last time and the start of it this time was for starting it for similar reasons, but and I'll get into that too. But what 75 hard is for those who don't know. So it is a discipline, like kind of like a mindset program. And in this program, like you have a list of things to do, which I actually got an app for it because I'm fancy. Hey. You don't need the app, you don't need this app in order to do 75 hard, but it just helps keep me on track for making sure that I get my task done.
Accountability is a big thing, dude.
Big time.
Yeah.
Big time. So I'll just read them out for you. So right here, I have it all right there. But so
what's the app called?
So the app is 75 hard.
Oh, okay.
yeah. So it's just it's the 75 hard app.
Dope.
But in this program, what you need to do is that you need to do 2 45-minute workouts. One of them has to be outdoors, and they can't be consecutive. So it's like if you do a workout inside, like lifting weights, you can't go out on a run immediately after. Like again, that's too convenient, and that's not this program.
Yep.
Actually, this program is really not convenient, but it's supposed to be because, it has it in the name. It's hard. So next, you need to take a progress picture every single day. Granted, the creator of this program, Andy Frisella, who is the, owner and founder of First Form Supplements. Great company, great dude. Like, honestly, that guy is like motivating as fuck.
Nice.
Like, you just like turn on him, if you're listening to him, he's like, why is he yelling at me? And then you look at it, he's like, oh no, he's just really passionate.
Yeah.
So really dope dude. But he put in the taking a progress picture every single day because, one, it's easy, and that we tend to overlook the easy things once we get into a process of it. And so it's like putting in that every single day. One, it's not only like to show you the progress that you've made throughout the whole entire 75 days, but it's, again, something that's easily overlooked. So he put it in there so that you would make sure that you even do the smaller things like that too.
That's one of the reasons why we're here.
Yeah.
Is one of the reasons, not all of them.
Right.
But yeah.
Yeah. And also too, and also any of these tasks that you do, if you skip out on one of them, if you say you're like on day 50 and you just so happen to miss one of the tasks, you have to start from the beginning.
Oh my God.
So it makes it very it makes it a point to no, you get these tasks done today, because if you push it off to tomorrow, you start all the way over to day one.
Wow.
So,
have you had to start over yet?
Nope.
My man.
Yeah.
What day are you on?
I'm on day 63 right now.
Day 63?
I'm almost there.
What?
Almost there.
Dude.
So, oh yeah.
You haven't even said anything else, and I'm so proud of you. 63? What the hell?
Thank you, man.
Okay, go.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, man.
The next thing is 10 pages of reading every single day.
That's so good.
Now it's not like Harry Potter stuff like that. It's
What's wrong with Harry Potter, bro?
No. It's like, it's not.
I'm just kidding.
No, don't get me wrong. I like Harry Potter too. Don't hate. But it's it's a personal development book, like business psychology, like that type of genre. Like, that's going to help better you and your business, basically, so that you're constantly getting quality information, something that's going to help feed your mind, something that's going to help you actually in the immediate future.
Yes.
So basically, getting I've already finished 2 books. I'm on my 3rd one right now, as we speak.
Yes.
And then
wait, that's just from doing this program.
Yeah.
You've been through 2 books
already. Yes.
All right. I think that's a benefit, right there. Being able to read more.
Oh yeah.
Understand. Yeah. Just because it's so hard that's another activity that nobody does anymore. Especially when it's on paper. So I don't know if you're reading paper books. But.
So that's another thing too. It can't be on the Kindle. It can't be audio. It has to be it has to be
paperback.
Like an actual a physical book.
Yeah.
Because not only I think the psychology they had behind that was that you get to see how much progress you're making from the days you're reading. And honestly, whenever I see that, I'm like, oh shit, I'm a good amount through this book. I'm feeling pretty fucking good about myself.
Constant positive reinforcement, bro.
Yes.
That's literally because I think you have to have that when you work out.
Yeah. And I prefer reading physical books instead of the Kindle. Beautiful. And honestly, I tried reading Kindle books. It's not the same. I like having a physical book in my hand. I'm typically a reader. I do like reading. I did fall off a little bit, but this actually helps me kind of get back on track and stay on track. So
can I ask you real quick, what book are you on?
Right now, I'm reading Cal Newport's So Good They Can't Ignore You.
Oh, okay.
And talking about, basically it's about how we got passion, having a passion mindset or being passion centric is we got it all wrong. And that's actually it's you shouldn't be. It's passion could only get you so far, but you need it's about creating more of a craftsmanship mindset, because passion is you follow your passion, you get into your passion, it starts to get hard, and then you kind of lose interest, and then you end up kind of not following through with what you wanted to do in the first place. Right. Whereas again, if you were having that more of a craftsman mindset, it's not about regardless of whether it gets hard or not, you're just focusing on trying to get better at what you're trying to do. And he talks about stuff like career capital as well and everything. It's a really great book. Actually, I've read his other book, Deep Work, and I love his style of writing because it's very easy to follow. It doesn't, it's a very easy read. It's very fluent and it keeps you engaged.
I love it.
And so I love his work. And so, yeah, definitely 100% would recommend Cal Newport for those listening, both deep work and be so good they can't ignore you. But yes, the great books. I've had a couple of good books during this time as far as like with the program, but
it's amazing, bro.
Yeah. And then another aspect of it too is like drinking a gallon of water every day.
What do you got now today?
Oh, I'm done.
I'm done.
I did
I'm
it.
done. I am so badass. Yeah.
I did it.
Yeah.
Actually, I finished like right before we got up here. So I was like, yes.
And what's crazy, it's like barely 8:00 and you've drank a gallon of water.
I usually finish like, so on the days I work out, like I usually, do like weight training.
Oh yeah.
I usually finish by like around like 5.
Nice.
So, but then again, like I wake up at around 4:30. So it's like I get a early
I love you, bro.
So,
I do the same thing. Nobody does that.
Yeah.
But what does that take? It takes sleep.
Yeah.
And intentionality.
Exactly.
Get it. I'm sorry, bro.
100%.
Yeah, get it.
You're good. You're good. No, and then like the last two is like follow a diet, and then the other one is no cheat meals or alcohol.
Nice.
So,
ooh.
yeah. So
for 75 days?
yeah.
Oh
yeah.
my God.
I'm feeling great.
I'm going to sip on this one more time.
So, and like, it's, and like, honestly, it's funny because when I started 75 Hard, this time around, I started actually at my heaviest weight I've ever been.
Which was?
Was a 216. 216.
It's your heaviest.
I'm 5'10", okay? Hey, yeah. I'm not necessarily a short king. I'm just average king.
Bro. That little stuff you seen, that was 300. That was 295.
What?
Yeah, dude, I've been huge, bro. Yeah, Tim will tell you, I was a fat kid, and I've been fat, and then I just worked out a lot, like a ton when I was in high school, and then I just try to recently. Oh yeah, you saw me. Yeah, dude, I lost a lot. I lost like 30 pounds.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah,
You're
dude,
looking great.
Man, coming from you,
No,
that
dude,
means
you
like
look-
everything, bro. Thank you.
Bro.
Thank you. I mean, I've always worked out like you, but like, I mean, not like you. I've worked out, but
Like, hey, man, no, I could tell you work out, bro.
my man, yeah, thank you, bro. Yeah,
Yeah,
I appreciate that, man. But it's always it's hard.
Yes.
And I think we lose us regular people, like not you badasses, but like us regular people, we lose sight. It's like, oh yeah, I gotta get sleep, and oh yeah, protein. Oh yeah, So sometimes, I think we all do, but like I try to surround myself with, and it's weird because I look at the people in my life, and I'm like, wow, we are beautiful. Yeah, dude. Like the people that I surround myself with are good looking, fit. We're educated.
Yeah.
We're successful. We do things that we love, things like that.
Yeah.
So and then just to dovetail off that real quick, you mentioned, I don't know when, I think it was when you gave us the what do you call it? The journal.
Not
the journal.
The Daily Stoic.
The Daily Stoic.
Yes.
And then Tim gave us the journal. And you had mentioned maybe a little bit after that, what did you say? 5 pages a day. And you said that I remember you said it. And it's funny, I just thought it because work has been insane. And then I was just like, 5 pages.
Yeah.
That's it. And it's funny because you mentioned 10 pages a day. And it's like, I can easily do that. Yeah. There are a lot of things that I do in my day that I don't have to do. And, but I choose to do.
Right.
Again, intentionality,
Yes.
So thank you for that. I just want to put that out there. Appreciate you, man. Yeah. Yeah.
Dude,
that's
Sam,
yeah.
you're a rock star, bro.
Yeah. No.
No, honestly, man. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
bro.
you.
Yeah, bro.
No, man. I think with me starting 75 Hard now, granted, it's like, for me, it's like 216 was like my heaviest I've ever been. I didn't like necessarily look bad by any means. Like in my eyes, like I, like for myself, like in like where I usually am, like I'm like, this is not the look that I like.
Yeah.
And everything. I'm like, this is the heaviest I've been. And like how I got there too was not the best and everything. So like quite literally, like I think that this year was just like this past year was just kind of like had its challenges for sure. Like both like emotionally and like physically. Like I mean, I had like in November I had my appendix removed, and then
that's right.
When I got back, it's like like I'm like, okay, cool, like I'm ready to go. then I injured myself, and then like I got another small injury. So like it was like more like kind of fighting my way back to get to a point where I'm like, okay, I can actually like work out and like, feel like myself again.
Right.
But it was just, I noticed that during the year, I just noticed that I kind of like was feeling myself sliding. I felt that I was drinking more. I wasn't tracking as much as like, I wasn't tracking as diligently as I do now. I wasn't like I wasn't being intentional with my food or with like what I was putting in my body. And like, I was just feeling kind of not great about myself. And I wasn't feeling, it was just more of like, I wasn't feeling like myself, and I didn't like who I was becoming, or like I could see myself like, well, if I keep on this path, like, you know, in the next year, 2, 5, 10 years and all that, I'm like, it's not going to look good.
Right.
And that was kind of the thing where like, I had to have a real conversation with myself, because, you know, for those out there too, you know, like even like us fitness professionals, we do go through struggles with like you guys too. Like we do go through things that like, you know, we do have like that negative self-talk. We do have like sometimes like where it's like we do have our struggles with like food or with drinks or with like, or maybe not consuming enough of the right stuff, right? Because like life happens, life gets in the way, and life knocks you down sometimes. And so, you know, like it was just like kind of like I guess I was dealing with a lot, and you know, I was just kind of thinking to myself, I'm like, yo, like I train people. Like I'm supposed to be a model for some, or for my clients, for my people. Like I'm supposed to be a model for them. I'm supposed to be a model for my son. You know, I'm supposed to be like, again, I'm supposed to be working on being my best self, so I could be better, like a better partner for, you know, for Cassie, for my fiance. You know, like I need to do better. I still think that I still always in a state of like, I need to do better. I need to make sure that I'm being better, not only for me, but the ones around me. And I've done 75 hard before, and I like doing it as a reset, as a mental reset, and to really like resharpen my tool of discipline. Because sometimes it's funny, because like I don't think of myself as necessarily a disciplined person, but then everybody around me is like, oh no, that motherfucker's disciplined. I was like I just do this and that.
But you do it though, intentionality.
So yeah. Thank you.
Exactly, dude. But I don't want to let that. I don't want to, leave that on the wayside. You know, even though I just work out, but you do it. Right. You know, you track things. There are things that, because it's not about whether whether like, I work out, or this is I count my macros, whatever. I think a lot of it is about not only that you do it, but the purpose for doing it. You know, so you're not, and bro, I don't know, like whenever we're on here with Tim and Jordan, they always like, oh, Sam, man, he gets deep. Yeah, bro, I like to get deep. And
get deep in that shit,
deep, bro. My man, bring that shit. Thank you, bro. So one of the and I heard this on heard it on a podcast, I read it in a book, I don't know, but the reason why I think you do what you do, Sam too does what she does, Tim, Jordan, me, why we do what we do, and why so many people do what we do or do what they do, is because of the being able to do it, because we have the capacity to do it. So there is no choice not to. It's not that I'm not working out for today, and I'm not even working out for tomorrow. I'm working out because I have the capability to work out, and by continuing to work out, it's almost like I'm continuing to give myself that room to work out. You know, just to read, to learn. It's not because I'm reading. It's not like, I'm reading these words. It's because I can then carry that into the future. You know, and give that to your son. You can be a model to people out there that are just like, oh my God, you know, this is so hard, and then they're like, well, Evan does it. You know, Evan's doing a really, you know, he's consistent. You know, it's not like he's just doing things. It's a lifestyle. Right. And Evan's human, like we all are. So how did he get there? Well, when you make it part of your life, then you're like, oh my God, I got to keep doing the 75 hard every day, but it's not just 75 hard. It's after 75 hard.
Yeah. And there is a thing for after 75 hard, but like that's another topic for sure.
Oh, my bad. I didn't even know that. Okay.
No, it's like Live Hard program. That's a whole other thing too. But it's funny that like with 75 hard too, granted, it's like it's funny because like the first month and a half felt like streamlined because like it gave me structure again, and I know I was like, oh wow, I really do well under structure.
Same.
And so like it's like having that structure of like, okay, I gotta get these things done. And it put me literally back in step from when I did it the first time and everything. And it's like, oh yeah, I know what to do and everything. And so like quite literally like the first month and a half, it's not necessarily that it was necessarily easy, but like I was kind of like I was cruising through it because I was dialed into it. And then, but the thing is like it all hits again for some people it hits at different points in time, and then this time around, I think the second half of this has definitely been hitting me pretty good.
Why?
Just because like life, like again, like life stuff happens where things come up, and then it's like it's like oh, like you get more stacked on top of the day, on top of doing your doing all of your tasks for 75 hard. But the thing is like that's the point. It's like regardless of like like what happens throughout the day, you need to be getting these tasks done because you set out to get these tasks done and complete this program, right? And that's the challenge of it.
Yep.
And so I like it's just like there definitely been, and then also too, it's like after a while, like you do start to feel run down because like you're doing all this stuff on top of still living your life. So there is that mental and emotional component to it. And like, again, like I'm not going to sit here and say like, oh yeah, whatever, I'm just a badass and like, I'm just getting through it. It's not a big deal. Right. It's like, no, dude, it's fucking hard.
Hard as shit.
It's like, I've definitely had my days. Like, it's like, I've had my challenges with this program, and like there have been times where I'm feeling down and everything, but I still get it done. And like, there is a part of that feels really good and everything. And like, but it's again, it kind of teaches you a lot about yourself of like what happens when adversity does hit. And, but going back to like why I started it too, is just like, it was like that feeling, not only physically, but mentally and emotionally. I think, having a strong why is going to be the thing that actually pushes you through, because again, if you're just doing this, like, I'm just doing it to do it, you're going to fail. Just because like it just gets so inconvenient for you that it's like if you don't have a strong enough reason why you're doing it, then it's not gonna you're not gonna be motivated enough to do it. Like exactly. You're not gonna be able to stick to the program because again, like you don't have something to anchor you to it. And everything I listed before is like that's kind of why I'm like, well, it's like it's not just me. It's not just me that I have to do this for, even though again, everyone that says like, you don't have to do 75 hard. No one has to do 75 hard, but should people? I mean, like, again, like if you're talking to Andy Frisella, he'd be like, absolutely, everybody should do it.
Yeah.
It's like, but I'm like, it's like, I think that it's a choice that everyone needs to make for themselves. But honestly, like it benefits my life for sure. And I'm saying that as it's going through kind of like a harder time. It's like it makes not only my life inconvenient, but like it's like it kind of affects the ones around me too and all that. So and so that's kind of a thing where it's like granted, like having a great support system. Again, Cassie is so freaking supportive. Honestly, not only is she like the woman of my dreams, but like dude, like she has my back, and like having someone to support you in a way, like, again, she, like we're there for each other. Like we're each other's rocks. And like, honestly, like, I'm very fortunate. I'm very grateful. I'm the luckiest man on earth.
Ring that bell.
Yeah.
Ring it.
Yeah. We love you, Cassie.
Right.
Yes.
Hell yeah, Cassie. And she's also in the gym. So that definitely helps.
Yeah.
And if she's helping you with, I know it's hard as hell to get your food down.
Yeah.
The gym. I wanted to transition to something real quick before we close up.
Yeah.
But sleep.
Big time.
Is very important. And I think that is like the last, it's always just shoveled not even to the last, part of any workout conversation, but it's not even spoken about. It's just like, well, I just work out and, I'm getting into eating, so that's better. But like, how are you recovering? And I noticed this personally, and it's something that it's really hard, but I think it's sometimes it's hard whether you're alone or whether you're with someone.
Right.
But I think sometimes it's even harder when you're with someone. I've experienced this. It could be just because that adds more variables to your life, rather than you just saying, I got to go to bed. And then literally turning the lights off and go to bed. Right. It does add an element to it, and I've experienced that myself.
Right.
And so, maybe before we close, I want to hear what how you've, because I know you mentioned something, sleep.
Yeah.
And then I know you got to drive. So and then you also your workouts and all this stuff, dude. So like, how do you manage your sleep?
So, how I normally manage and how it's been going lately, and that's like because like a lot of stuff's happened with like 75 hard and everything. So like I haven't been able to get to all the tasks. Like actually like yesterday I was at a wedding and all that.
So how are you supposed to? Exactly.
So like, and I got my one workout in, but then it's like I had to rush home, get ready. And then we had to go and we had to drive far. And so like I couldn't get my outdoor workout in. I had to get it done when we got back home late at night. So it's like my sleep, and then I had a client this morning, early this morning too. So it's like sleep was not like the priority, which again, like, sleep is just so important, not only for like the recovery, but also for your mood and all that. And like, so, and that's probably why like part of this, 75 hard is like at this point in time, where it's a little bit tougher and all that, is because like my sleep has been lagging a little bit. So, but I'd say like how it usually goes, and granted, again, if you're with somebody, kind of having a game plan with each other where it's like either like you go like, but granted, again, another reason why Cassie is who she is, and she's just like freaking amazing, is that, she will actually like kind of help. She actually kind of is on the same boat as me and like, she just kind of aligns herself to where, she's like, hey, you need to go to bed. Like she's kind of like that safeguard as far as like where it's, I'm like, oh yeah, like I like, it's like, oh, if we're watching something, it's like, oh man, come on, watch a little bit more. And she's like, nah, you gotta go. You gotta go to bed. No, I like, I wake up early. I'm like, oh, fuck, you're right, and everything. And so
beautiful.
Yeah, she'll tell you that like out of the two of us, it's like it's weird because I wake up early, but then it's like, when I get home, when I finally do get home from like a kind of a busy day, it's like last thing, like it's like I just want to kind of relax and everything. But having like a nighttime routine and like better like sleep hygiene. Again, Sam too, I know that we talked about this last time too, but it's like having like a ritual that you do before bed each time. Like, it's like, okay, when do you want to go to bed? Like start like an hour before of like start that process. So, do the things that you need to do. It's like, whether it's like, like take a shower, brush your teeth and all that, take some melatonin if you need to, or like some like magnesium, zinc, that stuff. And then like kind of start to unwind, like, like if you could dim the lights. If you want to read, like have the light on, but like just like read a actual physical book, not like avoid screen time, or like try to lower down your screen time. Or it's like, if you can't avoid screen time, maybe get something like blue light glasses that kind of help shield you from blue light, that actually kind of promotes you from staying up longer. So doing stuff like that will immensely help you kind of get into a flow of like getting better sleep, because like you want to focus on like the nighttime ritual, not just the morning routine, but the nighttime routine as well.
Big. But
granted, it's like, again, like as of recently, like, just like trying to fit everything in one day, like for like us, like for the task at hand and everything.
Impossible.
I haven't been able to like have great sleep and all. And then also too, it's just like my work schedule is a little weird because my in-person people, basically a life of a trainer, and Sam too can speak about this too. It's like, your work is when everybody else is not working. And so it's like we work early mornings and in the evenings, and then like we have the middle of the day to ourselves. But then it's like when we get off in the evenings, it's like we get off at a time where it's like, oh, we should be going to bed when we're actually getting off of work. And so when we come home, it's like, you take a shower, but you try to unwind, because you can't like just like go from like, okay, I'm here for this person training and all that. And then you go home, you're like, okay, I'm supposed to go to sleep now. Turn it off. Yeah. Right. It's like, it doesn't work like that. We actually like all of us have to like have a process of like, once we come home from the day, from the outside world, like we come home, we want to like start to relax and actually take a breath. Like, oh my God. And actually like find a way so that we can just like kind of take a break from the day before we actually have to go to sleep.
Right.
And so finding that process of like just having a moment for yourself, but then also giving yourself enough time to actually get enough sleep. And so thinking about like when you want to wake up, you want to reverse engineer it to where it's like, okay, if I want to wake up at 4:30, then I have to make sure that like, okay, how long do I have to sleep? Okay, so at 4:30, so okay, I have to get to bed around like 8:30. Okay, so like 7:30 is like when I need to start unwinding, or like start like getting myself ready for bed. Again, like we talked about earlier, that intentionality of like, okay, this time is like focused on this. But that is what I would recommend for people out there who are trying to get better with their sleep, is just like, focus on like taking away the screen time as much as possible, or get blue light glasses if you absolutely can't. Read a book, and maybe not read like personal development at night. Like, I like reading personal development in the morning or in the middle of the day, just because like that gets my brain going and all that. And it's like, it makes me have more thoughts, and like, again, like make me want to do more. So like something fun to read, like, again, like having something that's going to be enjoyable, entertaining and all that. And that's going to kind of help you, just kind of like start to like unwind a little bit more, so that you're also entertained. And then like, just do the stuff that you would normally do before going to bed, and then, lights out. But if you have a partner too, that's like, again, like either a kind of get a game plan that's going to be good for the both of you, like whether you guys are like just on the same page, or if like, you're an early bird and your partner's a night owl, it's just like have those like, those parameters of like, okay, hey, like we can spend this hour together, but then this partner is going to stay up. This partner needs to go to bed. Again, having those, I guess, like boundaries, like same thing that you do in any type of relationship, right? It's just like you have different boundaries, different like parts to play, and so just making sure that, like again, like it's about like the teamwork of a relationship too. So like finding out like what role is what, and like whether like being on the same page or like having a game plan for the both of you. I love that. Yeah, that's what I would say about it.
I love that. It's funny, man. Like just as every time I'm here on this podcast, I smile because it's almost like I don't have to speak, but like we're communicating with every one of you. And what you mentioned really sat with me, and it's something that I didn't even like. I've never read it or heard anybody say it, but I just started doing it. Reverse engineering, because I was looking at intentional. Yeah. Why do I want to go to bed at this early? And then I had to first go into the future and see, tomorrow, if I want to start work at whatever time, I need to basically time everything that I'm doing back to like now, today, and then set a schedule. And it's funny because it's like, it's a schedule though, so it's like, really, like you're going to keep your life on it. And it's, if I'm going to be intentional about what I'm doing, and then that which I'm doing is not because of what it is, it's for the future, then I need to, it's almost like then you need to pull back. It's like, if I'm doing this for the future, just because I'm doing it, just because I have the capacity, then, okay, what is it that I'm doing? And then how long is that taking? And then how long are all these things, also taking, so that I can now go to bed at this time or get ready for bed at this time? And then what am I doing before I even do those things? So my mind like just, and so hearing you say that, I'm just like, wow, like this is, it's a thing that because if you're going to be intentional about working out, then that means that you need to be intentional again about your eating, about your sleep, about just the thoughts that you have in your head, and then you need to care for yourself by making money. So right, so you need to basically set your schedule around those things that are important to you, and then you still need to get your food in your body. You still need to work out. You still need to hang out with your son, have a conversation with Cassie, like you need to do these things that require your life to continue to move forward. Right. At the same time, I need to care for my body, and then I need to make money, and I need to, do all these things. So it's really amazing to hear that is something that should be standard, but it's just hard. And real quick, I do want to talk. Hey, Sam, too. First of all, I like your jersey.
Thank you.
Yes, it looks amazing. Shout out to Evan. So I want to hear your thoughts on intentionality and how you basically, because you are also deep in this fitness world. So I want to hear, what you have to say about intentionality.
Yeah, I think intentionality really comes back down to your why. Why do you... Cameras. Sorry, I did this last time. I'm so sorry.
You're good.
Yeah, it comes back down to your why. Like, why do you want to improve your fitness? Why do you want to improve your nutrition? Or just why do you just want to be healthy overall? And once you get your why down, I think the intentionality just comes along with it naturally, and it just makes it so much easier.
It does. It does. I love that. Love that because I know you are you've been this way for a long time. Intentional about not only what your workouts, but what you put in your body. And Tim has been I've looked to him for just how I have kind of changed my workouts and tried to make it more of because I was really big into just lifting, right? And then I was like, there has to be something to this long form, not necessarily cardio, but just long form workouts where you're actually putting in, maybe not necessarily, higher, heart rate workouts, but maybe something a little more moderate, but for a longer, a longer time period. Right. And when I've seen Tim and I'm like, damn, these are things that are beneficial to our bodies, and not just because they're workouts, but because, it's all about not necessarily intentionality, but sustainability. Yeah. So are you going to be able to do this for a long time? And as with age, my shoulders, my knees, my hips, these things are, 2 plates isn't 2 plates anymore. It's like the passion and the muscle is still there, but the joints are like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, I don't really care about that. Yeah. So then it's like, what else can I do? Finding out the different things that are possible. Yeah.
I think that funny enough, like, I'll say this and then we'll wrap it up and everything. But like it's funny because like the whole entire thing is like the muscle and the passion, but the joints are kind of, I think that, as we get older, it's like we are required to train smarter with harder. Like, and it's like not harder because like you still want to train hard, but you just need to train smarter. Because when we're young, it's okay to be stupid. It's okay. Like, it's okay. Yeah. You got to learn. And granted, actually, like your body is pretty damn resilient. So it's like, you can get away with a lot of things, like and everything, when you're younger and everything. And it's like, it's okay. But it's like over time though, it's going to like come back and bite you in the ass. And so, as we get older, it's like, just as you were saying, like, the 225 doesn't feel like 225 anymore. Maybe feel like 315. But it's how we go about training and like how we do things properly. And it's like, okay, as we get older, we got to do like a little bit more of a warm up. We got to like, again, there are just certain things that we need to do when we're older that like when we don't think about when we're younger. And so, but that's also kind of part of it, right? It's like, as you get older, like you get a little bit more wisdom from all the mistakes that you gotta
say that, bro. That's what I'm saying, man. Yeah. I was like, what? And then you said it.
It's like,
sorry,
boom.
Dude.
Yeah. No. So, but I think that as far as when it comes to all of this, it's just, you need like like you need to learn, like it's like you need to train hard so you know what it feels like. And then sometimes you need to learn the hard lessons of getting knocked down from either injury or just life in general, just to understand like where where your boundaries are, or like how far you can actually push yourself and everything, and so that you can like know more about yourself and learn more about yourself, right? I think that's what like more of what wisdom is, right? It's like learning like how do you handle what life throws at you.
Yes.
And so, and the more wisdom that you have, the more wisdom that you're able to not only maneuver through life like a little bit easier through situations that may have seemed hard at one point, but also to kind of help others who are going through that difficult journey, right? Because we're all going through something. So like, and we all like, it's crazy, man. We all can relate to something, or, something's going to pop up, and like you be surprised by how many other people have gone through that, what you're going through already. And so it's just like about like, so like you learn from others, and then like from what you learned, not only from others and like from what your own personal journey has, you're able to kind of help others that are going through it and everything. So it's just like, you're just passing it on to the next person.
Yes.
Like, just like you're paying it forward, basically.
Paying it forward, bro.
As Tim would say.
I love that, man. And it's constant intentionality, constant positive reinforcement, understanding what you can do, and how like whatever I'm doing it's when things are firing correctly.
Yes,
it makes me feel good.
Yeah,
and then you develop, like you said, this wisdom, and then you understand. Oh, okay, this is the best. Well, at this time in my life, this is the way of living.
Yes,
this is how I need to live to move forward. So understanding that and being able to just evolve and adjust. I feel like we're all products of adjustment and evolution, and we need to just, okay, well, that's not working anymore. Right. And, like you said, I'm not young, and if I want to continue to age gracefully, then I need to stop being stupid. Right. You know what I mean?
Essentially, that's what we all need to do.
Right. Right, man. So, I love that. And, I really appreciate you when I was driving over here, I was like, I haven't seen Evan. I haven't seen him in too long.
Yeah,
man.
Way too long.
Way too long, bro. And just hearing your voice in the last podcast, I was like, damn, man. Him, Sam too, and Tim.
Bro,
dope,
that's how I felt. Like everything. That's literally how I felt. Like when again I wasn't able to make the last monthly review and everything, and so it was just like you guys are all together. I'm like, man, I fucking miss those. So
yeah, man.
So dude, like honestly, man, like again, the feelings are mutual, brother. And
Thank you.
Honestly, like dude, it's been great, and I think that with that, man, I think we could. I think we should maybe like wrap it up and.
Let's get it, bro.
Like, let's get it.
What are we gonna do? Let's go on 3 or what?
Oh yeah, let's go on 3.
Yeah.
All right. You ready?
All right, we're gonna do let's go on 3. Sam 2, you ready?
Yeet.
All right, guys. Let's go on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Let's go. Bye everybody.
Thank you so much for listening in. If you liked what you just listened to, please leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcast and on Spotify. Please follow us on YouTube, on Instagram, and on Facebook. And a big shout out to Stephen Clark, our sound editor. He's a huge part of this team that is unseen. It's 89 Barbers, our first sponsor. Look good, feel good, be great. That's 2 locations, Orange, California and Long Beach, California. Book your appointment online, 89barbers.com. Bye, everybody.